Hello everyone and welcome back to Krastorio 2. This is Otaku Showboat. If you have been enjoying the series thus far, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff below the video. You can of course support me on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat if you are so inclined and able. And today I can start making assembling machine 3s. That is the very first thing for me to do. Yet another thing that will be consuming my advanced circuits. I am going to at least limit this down to like 4 stacks of 50 because I'm generous like that. And yeah. At this point in time, we are just waiting on the production of modules basically before really truly being able to move on to lots and lots and lots and lots of much better things in the end. But you know what? I don't care. I think we are going to start thinking about and moving on as we got another level of speed. The robots are even faster now. Oh boy. Oh boy, they're even faster now. Must go fast. Bots must go fast. They must go the fastest of fast. I can actually take the military sciences, the military techs now that I need to get into the Power Armor Mark II, so that is the path I am going to go down next to unlock Mark II Power Armor, because I can make this now. Like, right now, I can have Mark II Power Armor if I so desired, because I have all of that stuff. No excuse not to do that. I could also go increase the cargo size another 2 levels if I so desired. We're going to do the braking force first, though, just because, I guess. Just because. Because I can! Still not using the Nixie tubes, as I'm just noticing yet again that they exist. Haven't even used the text plates either. Here. You know what? We have text plates. Let's do a thing. Let's make some text plates. How many do I really need for this? Let's just make a few. A few. So, of course, we're going to offer a reminder that you can, of course, support me on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushiba. The only thing I don't like about the text plates is that you can't see it in the map view. This is recurring support, by the way, just so that you know, and it's clear from the start, this is a monthly support option. I do have a Streamlabs page that is also linked below that you can make a direct PayPal one-time tip to me if you are more inclined to do that. There's also on Twitch. I have streamed on Twitch. I will still be streaming on Twitch at least for a little bit more time before making the switch over to YouTube, but no matter what, I'm still going to have that channel. And if you want to use a Prime sub over there, that's fine too. For as long as I remain an affiliate. If I do permanently forever switch to YouTube, still not quite sure if I'm going to do a full-on permanent switch. I am going to try it out for a consistent basis for a few months and see what happens. But it does take a little time for affiliate status to get revoked from not streaming and not earning income through that section. I'm going to limit this at this point. I do not need to be making all these. Just like I probably don't need to have anything more than a single stack of stuff. That's using a ton of resources. Same thing here. Probably don't need all that. Probably don't need all that. I want all of the modules, though. Every single module will be mine. Forever and ever and ever. At all levels. Well, we have about 13 productivity modules now. That's excellent. I was in the process of adding in additional thingies there. As I get my assembling machine 3s, I can add even more modules to various machines. I am going to be like, hey, as I get them, bring them to me. As I get them, bring them. I'm also going to reduce the number of the others down to 50. One stack of these guys. I don't need steel furnaces. Those can go bye-bye. And I have not yet determined the next thing I want to do. So there are options. I should now, I think, have I picked up the Immersite? No, I have not. That is our next tech, the quarry mineral extraction. So we could move on to that. We could think about launching rockets as well. That is another thing to consider. But if I look at optimization tech cards, I need to actually get through AI cores for some reason, and Singularity Labs for some reason. I guess that you need that to process the tech. So sure, AI cores will be next, followed by the quantum computers, followed all the way up to here. This unlocks satellites, which is a whole bunch of stuff, and the optimization tech cards from the space research data. You get the space research data from launching rockets, and you get the optimization tech cards by setting that space research data into a quantum computer. I would imagine both of these do take productivity, these two steps here, as well as, the spending of the science in the end. Is there anything that actually exists in a bubble where it just uses optimization tech cards? That's actually what I was going to look at in there. Just to have a look at the optimization tech cards techs that unlock. So yes, worker robot speed level 6 exists outside of needing anything else. Now that's advanced circuits, then inserter capacity bonus into infinity is just the optimization tech cards. Similarly with the cargo size, a battery upgrade, and some other shenaniganry. Crafting speed into infinity. I would imagine also the reach and movement and inventory. Yeah, all of that into infinity is just fine. So, yes, optimization is simply what I would call the quality of life thing upgrader. It increases the utility of stuff, makes things better at being things. That's how I'll word that. It makes things better at being things. All quality of life. So it's not necessary, per se, at this point in time. There are further techs that look like they're completely necessary that will take those optimization tech cards as well, but not needed for now. I could just keep going back with modules and just keep adding and tacking onto things, but I don't think I'm going to do that. What is actually next in terms of progression here? Besides Immersite, because that's the obvious. The obvious is Immersite. The not so obvious is nuclear power. I should have Covarex processing by now. No, it's still to come, but I should have at least 20. I would bets. Take bets. How many U-235 do I have in this chest right now? Leave a comment. Make a guess. How much U-235 as of this moment in time do I have in this chest? I'll give you a second. And 82. 82 is how much U-235 I have acquired in this relatively short period of time. Wow. Just to reiterate, wow. So I have as much as I would ever desire or need of the U-235 at this point. That's more than enough for going into Coverax processing and all that good stuff. I can separate out. I can just get more U-238 and process it directly into 235 at a thingy here that loads U-235 if I want to load U-235 on there. I can start mining mineral water, although I think start processing it into lithium. Pretty sure I can make the lithium now. Yes, I can. So that'll be what I do. I will make lithium. Ideally, I will do this near a source of stone because, well, you need some initial supply of chlorine and you need hydrogen. You can get both of this by processing sand. Sand into hydrogen and chlorine. I think it's an even ratio. Oh, it's 20 and 30, and you need 1 to 1. Wonderful. You can do that by venting excess hydrogen out of this process. Again, yeah, like, extract by electrolysis, 2/5 chlorine, 3/5 hydrogen. Why? Why that ratio? From water and sand. So that'll get me the stuff. I get back the chlorine, though, by making the lithium at the very end. The lithium gives back chlorine. And I think it's 1 to 1, so you only really have to give an initial bit of chlorine. It does spend the hydrogen, though. That is spent in this process. So, probably better to just have a dedicated source of hydrogen and a dedicated source of chlorine, but the only way of getting chlorine is that. Right there. So that rot layer is the only way to get the chlorine in the first place. Yeah, let's plan that out. Let's plan out lithium. And I think that mineral water gets used for some other stuff too, so it's probably best to load mineral water into trains and then process it, because yeah, it also gets used in nitric acid. And since it's used in these two beautiful things, it would make sense to just provide it onto the network. Or do the processing locally, I guess. It's a bit much, I think. This takes rare metals in, and of course ammonia. Ammonia can be used to make rocket fuel, but in my case, it's only really going to be used for the nitric acid. And hydrogen, nitrogen, yeah, that's easy. That's easy. I need a whole bunch of atmospheric extractors. A whole bunch of atmospheric extractors. Where are they? Or condensers. Let's get, like 100. More than. In fact, I have just enough to have 100, so we'll have 100. I also need electrolysis plants. Let's get a stack of those too to work with, to have a play around with. We are now working on the thingy there. Can get into that quantum computer that will require AI cores. Okay, this will be Emersite nitrogen. Good. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. I need the mineral water pumps. Mineral water pumps. I need those. Where are those? Those are somewhere. Oh yeah, nuclear locomotives are also a thing, but nah, I don't think I'm gonna use that. Efficiency 10%. Lol. Okay, sure. Let's use stuffs, things. Building. Yes, I'm looking for a building. I'm looking for a what now? Water pump jack. Mineral water pump jack. Bring them to me. Bring me the red pages. And off we go as we keep getting modules. Yay, modules. Speaking of modules, the pump jacks that I'm about to place down will benefit the most from speed modules. They will not benefit at all from productivity, at least at very high, very high uh, resource density percentage. This, however, does not have percentage. This is straight up values. So let's keep that in mind. I don't exactly know how straight up values translate to output amount per thingy. I know how it works with percentages. I don't know how it works with flat values like that. So this will be a learning experience. I'll get to see how that actually works. But if it's anywhere near similar to it by like divide by a factor of like 100 or 1,000, what we'll find is that there will be a limit to the amount of product that can be extracted. There is an upper limit. For oil, as we have found out here in Krastorio 2, that upper limit per derrick per cycle is 1,000 units. By default in vanilla Factorio, that is 100 units. As in, at a full 100% of density, or 1,000% of density, some along those lines. I think it's 1,000 density. And any higher percentage of density does not matter because, well, you can only ever get 100 units slash 1,000 units of the fluid in a singular cycle. Here in Krastorio, 1,000 units in a cycle. That's it. That's all. That's all you can do. Die. All trees must die. Kill all these trees that are blocking my way. And have like... Oh, right, I just got rid of all the... I just got rid of all the ghosts. Yes, I just did that because I used the wrong type of thingy. Or did I? Did I use this? Planner? I don't remember. Anyway, there's that. I cleared a path to build all of this rail. In case you're wondering, yes, this is the time to build out this rail. In case you're wondering why this rail line ghost exists. This ghost line exists specifically to do the mineral water. Specifically for that mineral water right there. Right there, that one. As well as that one. We are, of course, going to mine it and load it onto wagons and then do the processing elsewhere. I need those taken out. But it looks like I will run out of rail, unfortunately. We need to go get more rail! Back to the mall! Right on back to the mall we will go. See, it's... I did not shift C over this, or something or other happened that got rid of the ghost entity. Wrong one. That's better. See, something happened there with the ghost entity. Maybe the timer ran out. In case you didn't know, there's a timer on deconstruction. And when you run out of your timer, it doesn't do stuff anymore. No more stuff can happen. When you run out of thing. When you run out of thing. Timer on the time. Time on the timer. Alright, let's get going. I sorta have stuff already there, but I figured may as well just add a little bit more. Radar. More radar! More awesome. right there. For that one, and then there'll be one more. And at 20 minutes here, I think we have just enough time to get this mineral water placed on the network, on the rail network. And then next time, what we'll do is we'll focus on processing this mineral water, and, of course, we have just taken that tech that will allow us to do immersite mining. Which, yeah, to do all that processing too, we need the nitric acid that we're going to end up with through all of this mineral water processing. So, one thing leads to another, as they say. And everything will be glorious and awesome and magnificent. I'm going to need a lot more of the everything. Like, a lot more than just a stack of modules. I'm just trying to be a little bit careful here as I move along. Last thing I need is to die by train. Almost there. Oh, get rid of that. That should not be in my vehicle. I have a random rail signal, chain signal, just hanging out on the ground, nowhere near a rail. Hello, rail. Speaking of, two ghosts there. Yeah, so deconstruction ghosts, as I was saying, they have a lot shorter of a timer on them compared to a construction planner blueprint ghost. A little unfortunate. So let's see. What I wanted was you. No steel beams? Excuse me, but what? Steel beams. I am making steel beams. These are a thing that are being made. They are happening. Ooh, lots of productivity modules now. Very noticeable improvement, by the way, on the amount of stuff I now have for these modules. Very, very much noticeable that that increase there. I should have also obtained a whole bunch more rail, so we are now good to go right on back. Do I want to do anything with these modules while I'm here? No, not quite yet. I think it would actually be better to, instead of using my modules on the buildings there to increase the speed of making speed modules, I would be better off doing the modules in the electronic components stuff and improve the belt on the output at the electronic components. You know, like doing precisely this thing right here. Doing precisely that. None of this is moving anymore. Would help to improve the output. This would do... oh, and it would also help if I actually had everything operating like so there. There you go. More of the everything. Also, speaking of more of the everything, what about the assembling machines? I now have enough assembling machines for that to vastly improve that output. Then productivity on as much as I can. And then we can get a much more accurate reflection of the genuine final output here, if I had the resources for it. Which, remember, 15 per second of that of that glass. Oh boy. Yeah. The belt speed is just a major issue here. And I will not have enough green belt to feed everything. Not enough green belt. Greenest of green. Oh, there it goes. Now I can move. I missed a segment. I missed a small segment. And yeah, this can stay red, I think. Yeah, that I think is actually somewhat required for some of this. But then I also need, like, all this needs to be green. And that's a lot of belt there. Don't have enough. Don't have enough. Do not. But this just improved the output yet again. Just to make that clear, we have yet again improved the output of the electronic components to make things even faster. It's even faster now. It's even faster now. More and more electronic components. Ah, we've picked up the rather important tech. The very, very important tech. What do you need as well? You need the rocket silo. Of course you do. To get into the Singularity Lab. And then you can get optimization and matter tech cards. So, side grades. Side grades. Immersium processing. That would be required, right? Gear wheel out of plate. Beams out of plate. Powder and rare metals into plate. Yeah, that's like duh. Duh. That's absolutely a thing that needs to happen. What's also a thing that needs to happen is beaconing the living F out of any and all immersite mines, mine nodes. Oh boy, we're gonna have fun with those beacons. Lots and lots of fun with those beacons. Once I make them. Once I place down that immersite mining location, we'll see what the actual output can be from one of those. It will be a function of the speed, the initial speed, with how fast I can make it. Just how fast can we go with vanilla modules, with the vanilla beacons, before getting access to the much superior 2x2 singularity beacons. Like, wow. 2x2 beacons. With a lot smaller of an effect radius. Still surprising. Still surprising to me that that is a thing. With a 75% effect transmission. Yeah, I don't know really how to properly think about it. What I truly believe on how good that is, because that is just so good and works with regular beacons. Like, that's the thing I wasn't quite expecting, is that it works in tandem with standard beacons. Was not expecting that exactly. I will have a loopback. I don't really need to do too much out here. Yes, there's that immersite right there, but we shall see. I have an immersite there and an immersite there. And that's it around me. I've got 2 whole nodes for immersite. Total. So I better be able to make the most out of those immersite nodes. Let me tell you that for certain. Alright, I need a 3-way or 4-way intersection. Let's go with a 4-way intersection to have a thing that goes up to for that immersite. Who knows what I'll do with the processing up there. And then, yeah, I'm not going to be processing this, so in actuality, it's going to be that guy without the bulk rail loaders, because this is loading in water, essentially. And the next time we're going to process that water. I have produced 25,000 advanced units per hour. Sure. Advanced circuits. Oh wow, that ended up real close. Hi. That's real close. As long as it's not overlapping, we're good. Okay, I needed to check this. So this says 48 per second. I don't know if that is true. Let's test to see if that is true. This is 20 units per cycle. 20 units per cycle on the mineral water. That is what I needed to know. In particular. Oh hey, I totally have substations. Why am I not like using my substations? This one substation can basically power the everything. 2 substations and I'm good total. Okay, so it is 20 per cycle, but anytime a cycle happens with productivity, which it tends to do, you lose that extra bonus on the output. That's why productivity is not as good with the pump jacks. Speed, however, is absolutely required with pump jacks. So in this case, we've now made the speed 4 per second. So 4 times 20. 4 times 20 units per second. 80 units per second out of this mineral water. Plus the productivity, that's how it's actually getting 96. Okay, now I know this is accurate. Okay, this 48 is actually accurate because it is taking into account productivity. I'm going to assume that the internal fluid box on this works. I know that's very dangerous to make an assumption like that. I have Nixie tubes. Hello? Nixie tubes, where are you? Where are you? I know I'm carrying them around. There they are. Nixie tubes. Okay. This. Show me the value that is the stuff. This is supposed to have a very specific thing, right? On Nixie tubes. Like, show me the value of mineral water. That does look like it is. Because this is a not... Because it's a not even value, because it's an odd value, it's telling me that the productivity is absolutely applying in here. Yeah, the productivity seems to be applying based off of what I see here with the Nixie tubes, giving me the exact value of how much stuff is in this thingy. I will actually... It's like, do I need that many place values? Probably not. So I don't need to worry about having a pump there. If it's going to be however much with the speed modules, 96 each, I can effectively say I can have 10 of those. Not like I have the speed modules for that. But sure, we'll go with this. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Can I really get away with that? Probably not, but we'll do it anyway. Pipe to ground over there. I can rotate this. Ah, the joys of the pipe Getty with all the stuffs here. So I've got a few units, just a few units of stuff. Yes, inputs. So that is the same as my oil, just like so. We'll do it there. Do that. Add the power there. And you know what? I will wire it up just to have that Nixie tube showing me, hey, we've got stuff. I'll even add the extra place value. This is 200,000. I don't even need that one extra place value, but hey, there you go. We've got units. Units. What I could also do is divide by 60. I can take the value and divide it by 60 in a combinator, and then display that value too. So here's what we need. We need an arithmetic combinator that is going to take in the value of the mineral water, and then it will divide it by 60. And it will output that value as something. Some value P. And then what I can have here is just a wire connected that displays the value of P. And that is the amount per second. No, that is the total amount divided by 60, simply. That is not giving me the amount per second, is it? I need to... There are... The math. Need to do math. Need to divide the amount here, like, a step. I would need to... Gosh, that would be a bit more math than I would like, because you have to take one step, compare it to the last step amount. You need to store a value, and then compare the next tick versus the previous tick. And then multiply by 60, actually, to get the amount per second. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that. It's a lot easier with belt. It's a lot easier with belt, where you can just read the content on the belt. But yeah, no, not going to do that with pipe. You can't wire a pipe, sadly, to see the actual throughput. I guess using a thing, this thing, the pumping speed gives you the idea of the actual amount of stuff. And yeah, it's stuff. I can now add in the locomotive with the fluid wagons and fuel that I don't have. Oh well. Supply mineral water 1. Depot mineral water 1. All 3 of them. That, as they say, will be that for now. And I will be ending off the episode here. With that, folks, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you have been enjoying this series thus far and have enjoyed this video, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff down below. You can, of course, support me on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat if you are so inclined and able. And I will, of course, see you all on the next one, where we are going to be processing some mineral water. I will see you all then.